What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We are the Third String Podcast back with another episode, and this one is highly anticipated, being it is pre-draft talks the day before the draft. Daryl, what do you have for us today? Because we got some good things and some breaking news.
Draft is tomorrow, so I'm super excited about that.
Yep, at the time of recording, it's tomorrow.
Yes. Breaking news, though, because you actually sent me the text. I didn't even know.
Yeah. I was just chilling there, and I got it, and I was like, why is my phone blowing up?
Really?
Then I looked, and I said, there's no way. But yes, go ahead.
So Rob Gronkowski got traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a 7th round. No, they got a 4th round pick, but they traded away a 7th round pick, which
they traded Gronkowski and a 7th round pick.
I thought that was interesting. I was like, they had to trade. They had to put something in the trade.
That is I
thought that was.
I don't know.
And there was reports a couple of weeks ago that said they were trying to trade OJ Howard. And when I heard that report, I was like, why? And this is why.
Yes, and also OJ they should keep.
You would think, right?
It's not gonna happen. It's possibly still gonna happen. I personally feel like if you're going to go out as Tom Brady and possibly again Gronkowski, I feel like when Tom retires, let's say 2 years, Rob will be out.
Yeah, and that's what made me kind of look at Rob sideways, because I'm sitting there like, is your career just follow Tom Brady? This is who you are.
Yeah, because there were reports that he did something to get him back.
Oh, so
this is all Tom.
Brady recruited him.
Yes, this is all Tom.
Oh, well, then that's different.
No, this wasn't. Oh man, I missed a sport. No, this was literally. I saw an article that this is Tom Brady's doing. That he actually sought him out to do this.
And you got to think of that team. So you have Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady. Like that offense. The only thing.
If you have OJ, you have the two tight. Yeah.
The only thing they're missing is a running back, and
they almost had Gurley.
They almost had Gurley, and you can look one in the draft if you get like J.K. Dobbins or Jonathan Taylor, probably in the 2nd round. Like,
Daryl, if that's your biggest worry as a team to get a running back, you're good. You're
good.
Yeah.
Their defense was already pretty good.
Solid, yep.
Solid. And they were already with Jameson, one of the best offenses. Again, what I said last week, they beat us on it. Jameson,
he could run up the score and also throw picks, but he could run up the score.
Right.
And and then again, I know this is weird and people are going to be like, Miguel, what? If you kept Jameis as a backup, like we talked about.
Yeah. If he could
let him learn. And then also, if he had to play, he could play.
Right.
It's not like our backup, no offense, but I put in shop. I'm like, bro, come on, man.
Throw the whole game away.
Yeah. No, you could actually win with Jameis, and he knows the plays.
Yeah. That team, I've seen people on Facebook when it happened, it was like, this ain't the AFC East. This is the NFC South. You still got to face. I'm like, but.
Yes, it's going to be difficult.
It's still a really, really, really good team.
Yes.
So like it's
but
not.
If this team was in the AFC, you're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you have them as favorites to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right.
You would have them, other than like Baltimore and Kansas City, you would have them right there.
Yeah.
Right now on paper, they're better than the Patriots on paper.
Yes.
From last year.
Yeah.
And last year, what Patriots were 3rd? They finished 3rd, right? So. Yep. Like, why? I don't know. I think for me, it just made our journey a lot harder.
That's the first thing I thought about. I said, that's awesome, but that is terrible for us. Unless we literally do well in this draft.
We have to knock it all apart.
You have to. And I think that literally changed the game for our pick selections. You have to be precise. You have to be, like you said, knock it out the park. You have to do it. So I felt like they got that news, and then they all called each other and were like, "We have to make sure we do the right things."
Like we gotta have linebackers that can cover. We need corners that can cover. We need people that mouth breathers that can get to that quarterback.
Because every quarterback in this division can literally dissect us.
Yes.
That's scary.
Each one. Each one. And we're what? We were bottom half of the league in getting to the quarterback. So this makes it, even worse, man. I'm excited for football because I'm excited to see what will happen. Usually, though, I will say this. When it seems like all-star teams in football come together, it doesn't work. So, like Philly, remember Philly when Vince Young was like dream team when he was the backup?
Right.
And it didn't work.
Yeah.
So that's
there are certain type of dream teams that do work. The ones that they're kind of built, kind of like, let's say Steph Curry was like the king.
Right.
And I remember seeing this old Christmas commercial with the NBA that I don't know if you remember it. Like they went on a voyage or whatever. It was Steph and Harrison Barnes. And those were the two kings of the team.
Right.
Clay was not involved in that.
Right.
Clay was a sleeper that became a star.
Right.
Those are the powerhouse teams to me. The ones that are big names that come together, they may work, and likely they usually don't. But if you can have somebody build into a superstar with other superstars, those are the teams that work.
Yes. And I agree, and that's why I'm saying like Tampa Bay, Tom Brady might not work. He might not mesh well with them. And that's what
I think he'll be fine.
No, I think he'll be fine too, but that's what we're kind of hoping for. That it just kind of just doesn't work. But this team, and Bruce Arians he's a good coach.
I think that's scary.
Yeah.
And I think the one thing that they're going to need to work on with free agency or whatever, you're going to need that type of line that Tom Brady's used to. Something where he just knows he's protected.
And that's all you need is that and maybe a running back mid to late round. Yeah. And you're good.
I feel like that's such a position that you don't have to be a high draft pick to do well. I mean, I don't know. But you can get free agents.
Adequate. Just an adequate one.
Yeah.
Like Cam Akers, I think it's Keshawn Vaughn from Vanderbilt. Like, just like you don't have to go high.
No.
But it's just like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Your boy from Florida. You can
P. Ryan?
Yeah.
LaMichael P. Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, like that. You don't have to do high capital, but just somebody who's solid and think of how dangerous that team will be.
Yeah.
I
agree.
On the outside.
Yeah.
Think of that line. Think if they do the line and the run. Oh my God, man.
I think they have to. That's the only thing they're missing.
Yes.
And trust me, Tom Brady's going to voice his opinion on what he needs and wants. Yeah. He's not just going to literally sit there and be like, oh, I'm just going to run this up and then retire. He's going to try and go out with a championship. Now, let me ask you this question. I know it's especially in the NFC, not even just the NFC South. That's already a huge mountain to climb. But the whole NFC in general. If this man makes it to the Super Bowl, what do we say?
I don't know if there's anything we
can't knock him.
Say he's the greatest. I already say he's the greatest quarterback.
But how great are you if you make it in the NFC?
I don't know. It's my dog's barking. He doesn't want to hear.
He doesn't want to hear. He doesn't want to hear Tom Brady make it to the Super Bowl, and I feel you on that. So I don't know. I just hope it made me nervous. Like I said, when I found out the news and I told you, it made me nervous about us. And it's kind of like you think you're the most attractive in the room until somebody like comes in there and just like everybody's looking at them and you're like,
you're not as bad as you thought you were.
I'm not as bad as I thought I was. Like I don't have self-confidence in the Falcons right now. And I don't like that feeling as a fan.
And you know what's funny? This is probably the most confident we've been with their move.
It's true, but that's scary.
Yes. Like it's like, man, we were so excited about Dante Fowler and Todd Gurley. And then for Tom Brady and Gronk to come and just like
now It's possible. We need to not be fearful because we're making all the right decisions with like dynamic pieces. So if we just trust in ourselves and believe,
Right.
it's possible because we, like I said, we have great pieces for the positions we need. That can be a formula for success. And then what could hurt Tampa or any team that does this, like you were talking about, and what we were saying is that you guys have too many stars.
Right.
That could hurt them. While we have people who are not going to have big egos that fit the role, and then they're just awesome at their jobs.
Right. And also, we're not that far off from what they have.
That's true too. It's just we hear Tom Brady and Gronkowski, that duo, we just get scared.
And you think about Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Our skill position players aren't Todd Gurley, Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, Russell Gage, who I really like, Hayden Hurst. Like,
I would take ours over theirs.
Yeah, our skill position is not. Now we have to get our line straight.
It's just our defense. I'm saying to stop these teams.
Right.
I'm not worried about putting up points. I don't think those defenses could really hang with our offense.
Right.
If we play right.
Agree.
If we can get this line together and then have that duo of a good run game again, you know why I said again, because like Freeman was just like, bro, what are you doing with that contract?
Right.
So it's looking good because Gurley's Gurley. He's a really good player when he's healthy. If he can play like he can, like we know he can, which I do believe. I'm gonna say that right now.
Right.
I believe he can, and he will. And then you just need a really great line. I don't think anybody can stop us in the NFC South or anybody, period. It's just I don't feel like right now we can stop people.
Yeah, and that's the issue. And the problem is the way we're doing it is our defense is going to be heavily drafted. Which means a lot of rookies playing key positions.
And how do you feel about that? Like you trying to run for a championship with rookies during this core time. Now there's special kids out there, but that's not that common anymore to me.
Yeah, no, and I agree. And it's just like these quarterbacks are well experienced.
They know how to be like, you don't know what this coverage is.
You are probably, as legacy wise, facing off the two in the league right now with Drew Brees and Tom Brady, just legacy.
Yeah.
And like you might have a rookie cornerback, a rookie defensive end, a rookie, maybe a linebacker, maybe a rookie safety if Keanu doesn't stay healthy. And it's just like you're gonna see my mock draft when we did individuals we did a full first round mock draft and an individual one for the Falcons. Mine and I'm sure yours is too, heavily defense.
Yeah.
And like to march that out against these Super Bowl winning quarterbacks is just like, I don't know, man. And then are you that confident in Dan Quinn anymore?
There's like it's literally like 1% and 99% no. And it should be 0%, to be honest, based off of the past. But it's this 1% that was like, man, this man was supposed to be so great.
Yeah.
So
I read an article a couple of days ago, and this is where I started to lose faith against. Again, I'm gonna tell you if you heard this before.
Right.
Talking about Takk McKinley. Dan Quinn said, I think he's gonna have a really great year this year. We're expecting things from him. I said to myself, isn't this the same article? We could have just replaced Takk McKinley, went in the past and just added Vic Beasley, been the same exact article.
Right.
It's like no. Like, no, I don't want to hear that. And that's why, like, oh my God, is this gonna happen again?
It may. It may, man. Like, don't. We already said if we can just have Takk be like essential.
Yeah.
Just be there, do enough. I don't know.
If he gets 5 sacks, but Fowler has like double digits.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna care about Takk, but Takk don't need to be re-signed. But
they're saying we need, like we talked about, we need another guy in the trenches like that. So somebody who's really gonna like be a good edge rusher or something like that. So I mean, I know that's what we're aiming for too. We need one more guy with the core group. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
So let's get into about the draft then.
Yes, sir.
Move towards that. So how do you want to do? Do you want to do the Falcons first or the full one? Which one do you want?
We'll do the Falcons first.
Okay, cool. Do you want to go first or me?
Mine is still the same. Besides, I guess this one kind of is weird because of we may trade up,
right? Which I am completely against.
I guess let's touch on that first, and then we'll go into it.
Yeah, so a bunch of articles have us trading up for either. I've seen Jeff Okudah, I've seen first Javon Kinlaw, C.J. Henderson, Derek Brown. It's a bunch of stuff, but I don't believe.
What position are we trying to trade up for?
It looks like corner or defensive tackle is what it looks like. It doesn't look like we're trading up for edge because the only edge you would trade up for is Chase Young, and we're not going to get that high to get him.
I wonder how high are we trying to trade, for one. Two, if it's like 16, that's idiotic. If you give up something in like you trade up one spot or even two.
Right. Yeah, that's idiotic. You should trade up in the top 10 if you're going to do it. But then why? To me, why do it? Javon Kinlaw, to me, is the number one pick, and that's actually my pick for the Falcons.
Okay. Right.
So I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
My mock draft, Javon Kinlaw. It's funny. He didn't fall when I did my mock draft.
Right.
But in this automated one where we did just the Falcons, he fell to me. I think put in the defensive tackle. He's the second. We got to look for the second best player. Either the second best cornerback, which is C.J. Henderson, the second best edge rusher, which is Chason, or the second best defensive tackle, or Javon Kinlaw, depending on who you talk to, is the first best.
Right.
Putting him next to Grady Jarrett is essential because when we went to the Super Bowl, we had Dontari Poe. We had two defensive tackles erupting that middle. So that's what I had. My second round pick, I have Alabama. Hold on, I gotta pull it up. Where was it at? All right, I have Alabama Trayvon Diggs, cornerback. We need cornerback. Okay. And
we do.
Love Alabama. Yeah. My third round pick, you might love this, is Jonathan Grenard, edge rusher from Florida.
Gotta get those defensive boys from Florida, man. It's a serious program.
Yeah. And think if you had him and Dante Fowler on third downs.
Yes.
You just had them go because Jonathan had 9.5 sacks, so he's productive.
Yeah.
And he's a Falcon fan. They had interviewed him on the radio, and he's actually a Falcon fan. So I thought he was a great pickup. Next, Brandon Jones.
Right.
We need safety help just in case Neal goes down. And then we don't have great depth behind Keanu Neal. So Brandon Jones out of Texas. Linebacker Davion Taylor from Colorado.
Right.
We need linebacker help.
That's true.
And the last, and you see how all my picks were defense, all of them, except the last one, Yasir Durant, offensive lineman from Missouri. This is a guy who played guard and tackle. So even though I do not think Thomas Dimitrov does great with offensive linemen.
Correct.
And in my draft, this is what I want to happen. Solomon Kinley dropped to the 6th round. If that happens in real life from Georgia, we should trade up to get him.
I agree with that.
He should be, because he could be a future center and he can play guard. Solomon Kinley's, if I could do trades in this, I would have traded up to get him.
Right.
But I think what we just talked about, our defense is going to be heavily rookie and 1, 2, 3 year guys dependent.
Should you just go ahead with that, or should you try and also get some free agents?
I don't think we have the money for free agents. So I think you should go all in. That's why this draft is so crucial.
Yeah. I'm nervous. So, of course, I think I'll talk about this automated one I did for the Falcons and just kind of see how it differs from my actual pick one that we did last time.
Right.
So this isn't really based off of trading up because obviously we don't know if we are or whatever. This is based off of just where we have the normal picks. So I like this one that we had. I could show you really quick. Come on. Right. 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right. There we go.
Okay, cool.
All right. Wow. So what? I like that. Swift is back in the mix. We've been saying this since way in the season, this past season.
Right.
DeAndre Swift, even though you have Gurley, Gurley can be injury prone, and whatever. But if you can take the load off of him, that's awesome. The man could fly. He could do his thing. With Swift, who is Swift, that man has the perfect last name, by the way, for his skill. That man's awesome. I like that.
And can I add something with Swift? He also was behind Sony Michel. And,
yes.
What's the Browns? I can't even think.
Nick Chubb.
He was also around, so he knows how to running back by committee.
Yes.
Todd Gurley is a 1-year contract. So you can move on from Todd Gurley if you want it. You have your running back of the future. I don't hate this pick at all.
Right. Did you think about like Sony Michel? Like all these running backs that Georgia had at one period of time is so scary, but still couldn't win a ring.
Yeah, and then you think about all the ones who kind of didn't make. They still had Isaiah Crowell. They had Moshawn Moreno. Like you had a bunch of running backs who probably weren't that big of names,
but college-wise, they were like, that's crazy. That's that.
I don't hate your pick. I don't hate your pick. And I like your second one too.
Arnett.
Yep, I like your second one because Okudah outshined him because Okudah is the number one cornerback, but he also held his own too. So I actually like Arnett too.
Yeah, I think it's we'll click his name right there. Corner, Ohio State, very solid. Nice size, 6 foot, roughly on the edge of the 200-pound mark. Definitely just has a quick change of motion, which is going to be so helpful. Like can turn his hips and run. Right, which will be so helpful for the NFC South alone.
And what I liked is we both picked corners who had heavy competition. Like, the college schedule is what it is, but then when we get in the playoffs and all that, they have experience in what we'll need.
Right. And looking at my list from last time I chose for this second pick, I had Jonathan Taylor, running back Wisconsin. So just a little swap there. And I liked Swift for that running back position. I don't know. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I don't. I have Swift falling. He's still first round, but way in the bottom first round. And I'll show you if we go into the.
All right. So next, Hamilton here. Yeah. Ohio State again, back to back.
Ohio State. And defensive tackle, I think Javon Kinlaw is the standout. That's why I picked him. Right. But they still have Hamilton. You have Jordan Elliott. You have a lot of defensive tackles that you can pick in this draft.
Yeah. But definitely like his mobility, like a big dude. Like look at this man's size.
Yep, we need a big dude. Yep.
I just think overall it's a great pick. If I'm going to swap to this, or if I keep my same, what did I have last time? Marlon Davidson from Auburn was before. Now, of the two, what would you take? Would you
Marlon Davidson has a lot of he's a project, so I would probably go Hamilton. I think he would be the better, but if I had somebody around there, it would probably be Jordan Elliott out of Missouri.
Okay. All right. I like this next one a little bit more because it's a weird school, Charlotte.
Right.
Like, not big at all. But again, size. The size is there.
Right.
Like 6'4". Right.
Yep.
Like almost 250.
Right.
From his picture to like the dude's neck. Like the dude's but overall he's quick. definitely has a lot of energy, can play multiple downs. Like I said, you can have this man run around the field. He's super quick. And then just his ability to like get the distance and separate, like, which is key for that position.
Right.
I think it's good. So I like seeing these diamond in the rough with the smaller schools. Just because you went to a smaller school, kids, doesn't mean you can't dominate with your tape and in the combine.
Yeah, so, and John Kaminsky we did last year came from a small school.
Yep. And I think I like the idea of having at least one guy.
Yeah. And then because we have Dante Fowler and you still have Tack, you're not asking him to come in and double-digit sacks. You're asking him to learn and be part of the rotation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So we'll go next. Colin Johnson, wide receiver. Interesting. I don't think you need crazy amount of receivers, but this is a big dude.
That's a big receiver.
This is big. Like a big guy receiver, which I do kind of like those at times where certain teams have only big. What team was that in college? Or I might be confusing with Ole Miss having giant corners.
Yeah. Is it had the receivers because they well.
Okay, so I knew it was one of the teams that have like really big corners and one has a big receiver. So yeah, it's definitely Ole Miss only does like giant receivers, and when they have a good QB and a good season, it's a scary thing to have that. Now we'll have fast, small, mixed with Julio, who's in that tall but mid-range height, but dude could jump higher than any of the guys. And then you just tack in Colin Johnson here with the height. You got a possible third down guy and more, like
red zone.
And red zone. Yeah. Definitely red zone. Like as it even states here, like he'd be a nightmare for defenders. Like he would box you out, body you, and just like it, which I think is so important for Matt Ryan in the red zone.
Yeah,
it can't just be Julio.
Yeah, you need help in the red zone, and I think it helps out, especially with Austin Hooper not there.
Correct.
This helps out a big target in the red zone.
Yeah, I think that's really good. And before with this pick, I had Bandy, cornerback, Miami.
I remember.
I like this one more.
I do too. I just thought the corner was too short.
Yes. Yeah. I just felt like he was very skillful where he could handle. What did I say? Him playing nickel?
Yeah, you had him in the nickel.
Yeah. I like that still. So either or, I'm not mad at. And then last one right there.
The same offensive line at the end.
Okay, so I think this is really good. Also, dude has an awesome last name. And then just like 6'8".
Yeah, Charlie. And you could have, because we're missing a swing tackle, somebody who could put depth into the offensive line. So this helps with that. And then again, you're not asking him to come in and start. You ask him to learn and hopefully grow. But the same issue I have is the same issue I had picking offensive lineman at the end. I don't trust Dimitrov. I think Solomon Kinley, of course, he's there. You trade up to get him. But I'm just nervous about Thomas Dimitrov and drafting linemen late.
Agreed. But as far as Heck, though, his recovery, just like his size could be a negative factor. But I think that's just based off of college-wise. But I think when you hit, I don't even know if they'll be able to do OTAs and all that stuff and the rookie camps. I don't even know what training camp's going to be like. But we'll find out. You're right. But if so, him getting in an NFL workout program, in the weight room and all that stuff, he'll be just fine. So no
worries. I like the DeAndre Swift. That was surprising, but I like it.
Yeah,
I think you filled the holes nicely for everything else. So,
and you remember I had Carter, safety out of Alabama for that pick last time. So I still like that one though. From what I mentioned last time. Because of he could go with O'Neal.
Right. Cool.
So yeah.
So let's go to our draft picks and let's do this kind of let's do the first 5, and let's
Yeah.
just go in increments of 5.
Okay, increments of 5.
Yep. So, do you want to go first, or do I?
Just first round, right?
Yeah, well, it's just strictly first round.
Okay. All right, hold on.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay. So my first 2 picks are no shock at all. Number 1 is Joe Burrow. Number 2 is Chase Young for Washington Redskins. I don't think
of course
we need to talk about these two.
No, we don't.
So the real draft begins at 3, and this depends if the Lions trade or don't.
You can pull it up too if you want, where you could just kind of like scroll up, and it only show 5 at a time. All right, so that's cool.
Let me share my screen.
Yep. So the good viewers on YouTube could see it as well, and the listeners on SoundCloud could just listen.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So because we don't,
let me remove this real quick, but go ahead.
All right, because we can't do trades, so we have to go exactly. But I think the Dolphins could trade in this position because they're scared of somebody else trading up to get it. So number 3, I have Jeff Okudah for the Lions.
We have the same.
Really? Number 4 was very interesting to me because Isaiah Simmons is a player that can drop, or he could go really high, and I like. Linebackers are not highly touted. I wanted to go offensive tackle, but Isaiah Simmons was so intriguing to me that he can play multiple positions that I took him instead. And number 5 is, of course, Tua Tagovailoa. That's my first 5.
Interesting.
So, you have your first 5?
I do. Pull this up right here. I like that. I would switch out your 5 for my 5, but yeah, we'll go into it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, it's there.
Okay, cool.
I'll scroll down.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
I just saw. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Joe Burrow, of course. Chase Young. Yeah. Akuda, you already mentioned, of course. And then we'll go here with Willis.
You have. Wow. Go ahead. You have 3 offensive linemen going.
So go ahead and line are so important during this time. This is such a important draft because this draft to me will be the middle ground for old heads that will be leaving that are trying to go out on top, and then newcomers to come in the future coming up. So this is based off of I'll get to my number 5.
Go ahead and go to 10. So when I come, I'll keep going to the next 10, and we can.
So you want me to continue?
Yeah, go straight to 10.
Okay. All right. But with my number 5 pick, real quick.
Yes.
I would take yours over mine, but I just thought maybe they'll try and like downplay the season yet again to try and get, another QB for the next season. Because you've still got some people.
So you got Fields and Clemson's. I can't even think.
Yes. No, nobody can remember his name for some reason because I can't.
It's gonna go ahead. That's gonna bother me.
But yes, that's who I was mainly talking about. So you never know. So that's just my thought. All right.
Trevor Lawrence. That was gonna bother me. So Trevor you have passing on Tua. And that's interesting. Go ahead. All right, so keep going.
It's an option. I don't always feel like you need to just go with what is definite, unless it is a definite. Like Joe Burrows is definitely number 1.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but if you can have other options, if you want to roll the dice, go for it. Another lineman, Georgia. You should know about him, Andrew Thomas.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Could you vouch?
Oh yeah. Yes, I have him going a little lower than you have, but yes, absolutely.
Diving into number 7, your boy Simmons
which is still good because he could drop. He can go drop out of the top 10 altogether because of his position list. Go
ahead. Where was I? What's his name? Becton.
Yep.
Louisville. There's so many like I said, it's so important.
Exactly.
It's so important. I want us to get in on this slash, of course, defense as far as Falcons, but I think it's so important. I think that he's a good fit, and did some work out there this past season.
Right.
Derek Brown.
Yeah, like that. I like Derek Brown because that drops Javon Kinlaw on yours.
Right. So I don't know if this was like the back of my mind. I knew that. So I'm kind of like setting up. I don't want to be biased like that, but I still think it's good for them. And then Xavier McKinley, safety, Alabama.
Like it.
I like it for them. I think that's something that the Browns really could take and need.
Right.
And then he alone is a good candidate for that, not just the position, but him in general. So I like it a lot. So that's that right there.
All right, cool. So I'm about to share mine. I'm gonna do my next 10. So I keep doing that. So first, Justin Herbert is the LA Chargers pick. I think they need a quarterback. You can't come in with Tyrod Taylor, and you're moving to a new stadium. And
Tyrod thinks that he is the starter.
Yeah, he shouldn't. He's just keeping the spot warm. Yeah. Next 7, I have Derek Brown. So now my first offensive lineman, Jedrick Wills from Alabama. At first I would put CeeDee Lamb, but of course the trade for Hopkins happened. So I thought CeeDee Lamb definitely would have went 8. 9, unfortunately, Javon Kinlaw, because I was like you. I was trying to figure out everything for the Jaguars not to get him so he could go down. But I was like, Cleveland, we have Tristan Wirfs, so I have him a little further down than you. And then my next 5, 11, CeeDee Lamb to the Jets. I don't know. That just makes sense to me. Jerry Jeudy going to the Las Vegas Raiders. And I got C.J. Henderson going to the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, that's scary.
Yep. And then you leave Andrew Thomas protecting Tom Brady. And, of course, Henry Ruggs going to Denver Broncos.
All right. Okay.
So now do your next 10.
Yep. I like yours, and yours reminds me a little bit of what we may see in a second here.
Okay.
All right. CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, we already spoke on this. I think that's good for the Jets.
I feel like it's written in stone. He's going.
Yes. I wonder if he knows. Well, he would know that actually,
right?
Because the agents would. It's weird. The agents would know where do you range.
Yeah, and they know
who's really seeking them out. So I always like those agents that like say, "Oh man, you're projected for the 4th, 5th round, but you fall to like who was it? West Virginia's quarterback.
That went to the Jets.
Yes.
Geno.
Geno was supposed to be that dude.
Yep.
Geno didn't make it. He wasn't picked in the first day.
Yeah,
but he was also invited to be in the green room at the draft, and everybody cleared out but him.
Yep.
So, he fired his agent quickly, and Jay-Z picked him up. I don't know what that was worth, but whatever. C.J. Henderson, I think isn't that where you had him? No, you had him one below.
The next pick.
Okay. Well, I like this pick mixed with the next. Kinlaw, either or.
Yep. I agree. These are good picks.
Now, if this is the case, like say if this right here is what's going to happen, where do you see us trading up to that 13th slot?
I see us trading. So if you're saying if Kinlaw's gone and Henderson is gone?
Or to get somebody like them.
I don't trade up at all, especially because remember we talked about this is just 2-3 slots up.
Yeah,
at this point,
I feel they would do something like that.
I agree, but I would think to trade back at this point.
I agree, but I feel like I don't know. I'm just so hyped. It's tomorrow at the time of recording. Yes, it's tomorrow. All right, so Kinlaw, Josh Jones, and Ruggs.
Ruggs.
Yeah,
I felt like that's set in stone too.
I agree.
Denver is just gonna happen.
So yeah, I think that's a good pick and home for him with them trying to rebuild. And let's see who else they get as far as a new quarterback or so or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
All right. So now what's your next 5? And then
all right.
Oh, and that's where you got Swift. So
that's where I got Swift in the mix.
All right.
So the next pick here.
Yeah, K'Lavon Chaisson.
Yeah, I think he could really help them out.
I do too.
I don't know. I think he could really help them out with their team and their layout, their formula for defense. So I think he'll be a good pick for him.
Right.
Tua.
Tampa's got to be extremely lucky if this happens. They're extremely lucky for Tua to drop.
I always said that's what. Do you see what I did? Like it was get an offensive lineman or Tua. That's why I was like either or.
I agree.
Because either you plan for the next season,
right,
or you go for it now. But I'm going for it now.
Yeah,
even though I didn't pick that.
What's lucky is I think because we can't do trades. So if we can't do trades and he gets past the Chargers, he's probably gonna fall because nobody needs a quarterback.
Yeah, that's
maybe
crazy.
Las Vegas Raiders, maybe them, but nobody needs a quarterback. So he could fall if we weren't doing trades.
I don't think they would go for it.
Right.
Past 12. No, actually, yeah. No.
There's nobody.
Wow. That is crazy looking at this.
Right.
Nobody needs a quarterback.
Yeah, nobody needs one. So he could drop. So
he literally may go to 18.
And then you got Judy to the Raiders, which I had Judy to the Raiders too, but so you have these people looking out.
Yeah.
And then
all right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, yeah. Of course, Grant right here with LSU.
I love it. I like that.
I think it's a good pick. Safety, of course, did some work. Good size to him. And again, I just remember him being so aggressive when he played.
Right.
So where do I? Oh yeah, with Jacksonville, they need a little bit of toughness to that team to get back to what they were a few years back with their defense. So I think that'll be good.
Their defense.
Yes, they do.
So let me share mine so I can do mine next. Which is funny is you're going to see a lot. So 16, I have K'Lavon Chaisson. Now, I said if this happens where Henderson and Kinlaw off the board, I'm hoping the Falcons trade back.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
All right. So 17, we got Xavier McKinney, safety from Alabama going to Dallas.
Yep.
We got Mekhi Beckham to the Dolphins. So we got the two positions, quarterback and offensive line. We just flipped them. Yep. And for the Raiders, we had the two positions, just flipped them. I have AJ Terrell out of Clemson and Judy as the wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry about that. So
no, you're good.
Our 20 pick is the same.
Okay.
Back one for 20. That's dope. Really dope. So now
I think it's meant to be.
Yes. 21, Justin Jefferson. I think it's just written in stone. Justin Jefferson goes to Philly.
I agree. That's who I have, but not to spoil it. But yes, I agree. Yeah.
Cornerback, we got Jeff Gladney from TCU. And 23, Jordan Love to the New England Patriots. They can't go with just Jarrett Stidham.
I have a QB there, but and I'll get to that. I'll let you finish. But I think it is going to be Love. I don't agree with it, but I don't dislike him, but yeah, I just don't agree with it. But
right,
yeah.
I don't agree with him. The next Pat Mahomes, I think that's really high. But 24.
I didn't hear that. That is blasphemy. That no way. He's not that.
Yeah, I agree.
No,
I agree. Ahead. But Patrick Queen, linebacker for the New Orleans Saints, and my two's the edge from Penn State going to the Minnesota Vikings. So.
Okay.
10.
All right. Sounds good. There we go. All right. So we have some similarities there in the mix. I I think it's set in stone. Jefferson, wide receiver, LSU, went to LSU.
Yeah, it just feels right.
It just feels right. It's weird. We have like 3, 4, I think like 6 feels right ones. So, interesting. Terrell here, cornerback, Clemson. I think it's a good fit there. Huh?
I do too. I agree.
Yeah. I just think that, he is a really good athlete that could play the position well for them. And then I just want to get on this real quick.
Justin Herbert.
I think that's a better pick.
Right.
What do you where did you say you had him?
I had Justin Herbert 6. So to the Chargers. The only thing is with us, you can't do trades. So if Tua and Justin Herbert was to fall like you have them, somebody would trade up and get them. But the fact is we can't do trades. And quarterback, this is the first year that we had more quarterbacks than we had opening positions that you could see people drop.
Oh, I just can't wait. And then you got to think of Cam Newton.
Yep. You got Cam Newton. You still got Jameis Winston. So you still have quarterbacks that are out there.
Yeah, it's a crazy but great time in regards to that.
Yeah.
Gladney, cornerback, TCU.
Yep.
And where did
I had Gladney a little higher.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I had him going to the Vikings at 22.
All right. Okay. That makes sense.
Same 25th pick.
Okay.
Pick at 25.
So that might be set in stone, possibly there.
Yeah, they need add pressure.
It seems like we have a lot of the positions are the same that we chose. It's just like people. So
yeah,
it depends on what you want. So what, 26?
Yep. 30.
Winfield.
Okay.
Minnesota going to the Dolphins have a lot of picks.
They do.
they really do. If you do not capitalize on this, I don't know what you're doing.
And I think we did a good job. I think we do. They do capitalize with these picks we gave them.
I agree. Oh, hands down. Cleveland here. Boise State going to Seattle. This is what Seattle's first pick. I think that could help. He could always use more help on that offensive line. Definitely. So that'll be good. Ruiz here, Michigan.
Great help for them because
I agree. I think it's a great pickup.
Right.
When I'm just going to am I going to 30 or should I just finish?
Oh, you could just finish that.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, yeah. But I think that's a really great pickup for them. Wilson here, Georgia, going to what is it, Tennessee? Yep. I think that we'll click on him really quick. Of course, size. Size is definitely there. That's his biggest thing. Is his size is really important. And then if he can help out with that offensive line to help with that offense, which was shocking the NFL, which was so fun to watch during the playoffs. Yeah, he could really come in handy with that. 5-star guy out of 5 to do so. I think that's a good pick.
Yep.
Cole.
Yep, Cole Kemet.
Yep, Notre Dame.
Good
so pick. I think that's good as far as they need that tight end position.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be filling that void there.
Right.
Where did Graham go again? Did he go to Chicago?
Bears. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And didn't Hooper go there too?
No, Hooper went to the Browns.
Oh. Okay. All right. Something like that. Okay. All right. That works. Jalen Johnson, cornerback, Utah. We have a corner going to San Francisco at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Between you and me, and I just don't think you can go wrong with it. Just don't screw yourself over. Jonathan Taylor is going to be somehow, some way, a first-round draft pick.
Right.
So
this is funny how we think, and we'll go into mine once you're done.
I think they could use a good running back.
Mm-hmm.
Like McCoy is like, I don't know.
He's okay. Their running backs are okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I think he'll be a good fit. Definitely with how we described him last time. I think he'll be a good fit, but keep McCoy, I still feel, and then add this. It's kind of like how I was saying before with us, with Todd Gurley and then Jonathan Taylor, what I said last time. Same thing. Right. So Jonathan Taylor will be somehow a first round draft pick, which I agree with.
Okay. All right. So my last ones. Just didn't click on that. All right. So my last ones, this is where I have DeAndre Swift going to the Miami Dolphins at 26. I think for both of us, we gave the Dolphins a really good draft.
They have a great draft.
They have a great draft so far.
But they deserve it.
They do.
They do.
They traded everybody. So yes, they do. 27, I have AJ Epinza from Iowa. He's a guy that I don't know if he'll go in the first round. He might actually drop, but I know they needed an edge rusher, so I put him there. But he might actually drop to the second round. So I'm not that confident in that pick. 20, Murray, linebacker, going to the Baltimore Ravens. Just seems right that the athletic linebacker goes to the Baltimore Ravens.
Right.
Also, offensive tackle for the Titans, Josh. That's where I have Josh Jones. A skill position, just like you, but I have a wide receiver, Denzel Mims, going to the Green Bay Packers. And this I have Cesar Ruiz going to the San Francisco 49ers, because just like Ruiz has the Baltimore Ravens,
right,
for the same exact reason is they're a running team and they need that guy to help with the running game. And for my last pick, running back 2, J.K. Dobbins. So we both had the same position.
Okay.
Players. J.K. Dobbins, I think, is kind of like Jonathan Taylor, and he can do both.
Right.
He can run, he can catch the ball, he can run. He reminds me of LaShawn McCoy in a way.
I agree.
And that's
it's a perfect. You need that specific type of running back for that team.
Right.
So, and I want that for the Falcons too. I want that type of dynamic of the catching, running, running back position. So even though, what's his name was like that at a certain point, Devontae Freeman.
Yeah, but in Tevin Coleman, I mean, we had it kind of.
But, we just something happened there.
Swift, like you said, that'd be
scary.
It's scary how good it is.
So tomorrow at the time of recording, yes.
Super excited.
Yeah, man. So this will actually be up. So hello there. You'll be watching the draft tonight for you guys watching this. At the time of recording, the draft will be tonight for you guys watching. So
and it'd be cool. I think just keep like your draft and let's see how many we actually got right.
Yes.
Could be not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But that'd be fun to see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see though how many. And just in the comment section below, guys, let me know what you guys think. You agree with some of these decisions or not? I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see very soon. But to move on past this, one thing I wanted to mention I mentioned Cam Newton. Again, have you been following this man's journey in the offseason?
No.
What was the laugh?
No, I didn't think it was much to really follow at this point.
This man has been training and working out so much. He has his hunger back. He wants it. This Cam Newton that I'm seeing, to me, might be on that edge of being the same, if not better than that Cam Newton that was great before.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. He's gonna bust some heads, and it's just he needs to find a team.
Yeah,
and be a starter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what's going on with his negotiations. It's probably slow until the draft happens.
Right. So
after the draft, probably that next Monday, a lot of domino effects will probably happen.
Absolutely.
Which also I'm super excited for again. Because I think we're in for a good full week of good football news and stuff, and maybe a little bit longer. So I think that'll be good. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the whole weekend. My favorite days, Thursday, which is opening day, and I love the third day, the final day.
Yep, I'm super excited. I'm gonna be watching all weekend.
All weekend,
Super
all
excited.
weekend. So it's gonna be a good time. So yeah. Lastly, I guess talk about something as far as seasons. NFL and NBA both alike have talked about, which I believe you heard about as well, of both sports, both leagues playing the rest of the NBA season and the NFL season
Mhm.
next this coming season in Florida.
Right.
What are your thoughts about that?
My only fear was the logistics of it because we talked about it, and I was like, "Is this going to be like an AAU game where it's going to be like two games simultaneously playing at the same time?"
Half court.
Like, yeah, it's like you could see like there's a net in
Yeah.
between the two courts. It's like
Oh,
you said,
them giant gyms where they have the courts, the two courts this way and that
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you made a point, or is it going to be like AAU where the next team is coming up and watching the first thing? So legit. First of all, to watch on TV is going to be boring.
Yes, it will.
Fans without the because the commentary can't even feed off the fans. The players
No, I
feed off.
think the commentary will be solid, but they need the
They
fans
need
to
the
like
fans.
hype it up. Yeah.
So I'm gonna get to a point where just tell not football. I think football is a little different. Football might
I feel football is fine because of how they shoot it as far as
right.
fan wise.
You're
You
right.
can just focus on the field.
Right.
And then, but I do feel like the lack of motivation for some players, they won't be as motivated to like lay down the hits. It'll kind of be like a Pro Bowl game.
Right.
For some of the games, I promise you they'll be Pro Bowl like.
Yeah. I think for definitely basketball, I'm just gonna be like, man, just tell me the final score and the stats.
Basketball needs the fans. Football doesn't.
Football, not as much.
No, because you got to think of football. Look at during training camp
Mm-hmm.
when they play the scrimmages, they go hard.
Right.
There's usually more fights. Not condoning that. We're not condoning that here on this show, but I'm saying they get into it. There's a lot more intensity. They want it more. So, and then you're training with your teammates. This is what they usually say. You're tired of playing against the same people, so you're ready to like smack somebody else up on another team. Right. I think it'll be that. So football, I think will work. Basketball, I have no idea, but I think you just have to finish the season.
Yeah, I think so too. You have to finish the season. I think it's first of all, it's unfair for these people to kind of like. You wanted to see how LeBron's Lakers going to do, Kawhi's Clippers are going to do,
and they're both doing so good.
Yep. Giannis. I wanted to see if the Pelicans would get into the playoff, if the Grizzlies would hold them off.
Especially the rhythm, the momentum that the certain teams had that don't have it anymore.
Yeah, like Toronto, will they have it when they come back?
Yeah.
Even us, the Hawks, how are they coming together? I thought Cam, before this whole thing happened, was doing very well.
I hope he's working out in his new home gym or whatever he has.
Yeah, but he was the third best player on the Hawks.
Yeah.
And so I'm ready for it to come back. But the fanless thing, I think I'm just at a point. I'm just going to get the final score and that's it.
Okay. Well, let us know, guys, what you think. You can hit us up on social media and or in the comment section below what you think on that whole Florida transition to finish out the season of NFL, or to do the whole NFL season, and then the rest of the NBA season there as well. So anything else on the chopping block you want to talk about?
That's it.
Well, guys, get some good food, stay clean and safe, and enjoy the draft, guys. Like I said, at the time of recording, it's tomorrow for us. At the time of you guys watching this and this going up, it'll be tonight for you guys, day one. So this will be up. So yeah, that'll be it for us. And we will give you our recap of next week, which I'm excited for. To be like, man, this was terrible. This was great. What happens if there's more trades? If we pick up free agents in the midst of this?
Yep.
We'll see. It's exciting. And then I just think we need this.
I agree.
Yeah, just in general and for sports wise, whatever. I just think so. So yeah, all right. So we will catch you guys next week and enjoy the draft. Stay safe, and we will catch you guys then. Y'all take care. Take it easy.